too sleepy, we just give her a little time. I like to do these in a soft stall, so that if for some horrible reason, you know, she got too sleepy, then we've got a nice soft area to go. It's very rare, and she strikes me as, I think she'll be more awake than she looks, so. But she's very good with her head and everything in her mouth, so she won't mind too much. She's just so hungry. Alright. Hey, go ahead. Very busy little girl. So that usually takes, I usually give it a good 3 to 5 minutes before they sink in. You should notice when it hits her. The funniest thing was this little mini we were sedating. And he was so angry, he was like, pop, pop, pop. And he just like fell asleep.
Just done.
Yeah, it was just that. It was hilarious. Drink all my water, here. So the first thing I'll do just to test her once she's asleep, and she's not asleep at all yet. And she might need a little more if she's not, you know, doing that. But once she does get sleepy, go ahead and wash out her mouth first with a big old syringe there. And see how she reacts. You can see her eyes getting a little funny, but she's fighting it though.
She is. She's like, oh God. What?
There she goes. So I definitely want her a little more sleep than that, so we'll see it. She's busy birds. They're so fun to watch today. Three-quarters of owners pull out their phone or their camera when I go to sedate them, and they, especially when their mouth is open.
Oh, she naturally, she has that droopy lip when she relaxes.
She's a little asleep. See what happens when we do this is the dental drill has a very loud noise and vibration to it. So even if they look asleep, sometimes they wake right up. Hopefully, girl, you can hear that, do you? She's like actually sleeping. So I wash out her mouth, get all that. Yeah, there you see how she's actually quite more awake than she was. Yeah, she can do that. Some of this is just instinct, you know, when someone puts a syringe in your mouth, chew on it. They want to survive too long a while without the things. Alright, so we've got this nice and beautiful contraption called dental spectrum, which basically will help keep her mouth open. Horses never will willingly do that. And what happens is if it fouls, then my hands get broken, which I really would prefer not to have happen. So, let's just go ahead and get that in. I don't know if you ever heard of like dental technicians or equine dentists that are not vets who do this. They don't have any access to sedation or anything like that. They do it without a stipend, without any of that. And I don't know how you can get a good exam done without this. It's a little cold, but
Yeah, I had it on Saturday.
oh, okay.
I hooked it back up there.
That one goes through.
There's one in the other tap in too.
Oh, there is?
In your dad's stuff, I think.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Lights I can see in there. Once I get her up, I'll show you everything in there. There it is. Go ahead and get her. Oh, she's got the tiniest little wolf tooth ever. Alright, so I don't know if you can peer in around me. She has an itty bitty thing right here. It's just a wolf tooth. That's a wolf tooth. It's so tiny and silly. Kind of big. But then, yeah, then she's got, like you said, she's got these kind of these sharp points on the outside of her upper teeth. You're gonna be really careful if you want to feel her, because if she bites you, then can't do anything about that. You can see part of what you're feeling though is these grooves here. Well, these grooves, those are kind of part of it, okay? Those sticula. So I'm not going to take a lot out because that's her tooth. But these little points down here that are digging into her cheek, definitely will. And then down here, she's got little points on this side that do go under her tongue, okay? There's nothing crazy going on in there though, which is good. I don't have any broken teeth, anything like that, obviously. This little wolf tooth, why don't we do this? Why don't we float her, see how she does, and then if she's still being good, we'll talk about taking it out. It's so tiny that it's probably not doing anything with it. You let me know if you start like you're so sorry. She's not feeling well, I might have you step in and hold yours for us, okay? Before she goes. Sorry, in front of your camera. So, I turn this on. It's that, right? It's like a drill. I might wake her up and she might get surprised by it. But we'll just give her a chance to see what she does. The sedation only lasts about half an hour, okay? So I go like this. And honestly, so many jungle horses don't care as much. Like I said, the older horses that do. Side, but you can come in here and see the difference, right, already? Between the points, you see the one side and the other side, right? So I'm going to keep working on a little bit more, but yeah, for sure. And that definitely feels a lot better. I'm just going to take down her singular.
So baby did super well with her floating. She had some pretty sharp points on her upper teeth, causing some sore spots on her cheek. Once a horse is sedated, it's best that they don't eat for a couple hours after they've been sedated and they're waking up. So I have her tied up because she's starting to wake up and she was nibbling on the little particles of hay that are in this stall. So I have her tied up because I don't want her to eat just yet. And she hasn't had breakfast yet, so she's thinking that she's starving. But she did super well for the vet who came out and floated her teeth. The veterinarian that we use is both the equine dentist and a veterinarian, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, a horse only needs to be floated once every year. She had one of her baby tooths over here. Let's see if she'll let us pick up her lip. Let me see your lip. Well, let me see your tooth. Let me see your tooth. Right there, I don't know if you guys can see it. She had a baby tooth right there that got, it was already super loose, so we just yanked it out. Because right behind there, we can already start to see her big girl teeth coming in. And it's super windy. And my dog is looking for the cat. You're so big. Get down. But yeah. So we're just here waiting for baby Ray to fully wake up. She's still kind of drunk. But that's our fun-filled day with the equine dentist coming out to float her teeth. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching that video of baby Ray getting her teeth floated for the very first time. She also got her 2 shots, a 4-in-1 and the rabies, as well as getting 2 teeth taken out. She got her last baby tooth taken out and then her wolf tooth taken out. She only had 1 wolf tooth and it was so itty bitty and so cute. It didn't really take a whole lot to even take it out. We were surprised that she even had one. And it wasn't like, it was smaller than the size of my pinky fingernail. It was so small and so cute. I saved both of her baby teeth because it was too cute to throw away. And that's a little weird, saving your horse's baby teeth, but my dad's a dentist, and so all of that like dental stuff, I was like all up in her mouth and like, oh my god, look at that little baby tooth right there. It was too cute. She had some sedation done to help ease that process. Horses won't and don't hold their mouths open naturally for that whole time period that they're getting their teeth floated. So they're given sedation, and then they have a like halter thing that props their mouth open in order for the equine dentist to go in there with their dental tools and float their teeth. I noticed during our last ride, or last couple of rides, that she was pulling on the bit, yanking the reins out of my hands, and just kind of had a different attitude towards riding. And so I hopped off and was hoping that it wasn't her teeth yet, but sure enough, I looked into her mouth and she had some sharp points in her mouth that were already, or what I could see was already digging into her cheek. And as the dentist was floating her teeth, she showed me some of the parts of her teeth that were digging into her cheek and also into her tongue. It's something that getting your horse's teeth floated isn't cheap. It's not super expensive, but it isn't cheap. It costed me $297 to have the vet come out to float her teeth. Now, she did also give her her shots, take out 2 teeth. She did the floating and the sedation. So it's, and the farm call. So it's farm call, sedation, shots, floating, and the 2 teeth taken out. If you guys board your horses at a boarding facility, you can always ask the other boarders if they need the vet to come out to check their horses too, so that you guys can split that farm call. The more people who have to have their horses seen, the cheaper it is for shots as well. Most vets will do like a group rate for shots and stuff like that. Luckily, I had another boarder who had to have the vet out. Her horse needed to get x-rays done of her back. I guess her horse was having some back issues, so I got to split that farm call, and her bill ended up being a bit more expensive because her horse needed x-rays. But $297 isn't cheap, but it's something that we need to have done so that, like I said, we remain safe and our horses remain pain-free and happy. I remember hearing about a barrel racer whose horse, she went out to race her horse during a rodeo that she was at, and the horse stopped and kept backing up, and she was trying to get her horse to go forward, and that horse ended up rearing all the way up and over and landed on her, and that's the horn of her saddle ended up like scraping her whole face, and like she had to get full face reconstruction surgery. And I remember hearing about that, and it was because her horse needed to have their teeth floated. And a lot of horse owners don't know that, or kind of neglect their horse's teeth, thinking, oh well, they were fine the last time, they'll be fine this time. It can take a day or even a couple hours, or a different motion that could cause their teeth to dig into their cheeks or into their tongue. It was kind of like a night and day difference between baby Ray. She was riding super well one day, and the next day she was having this different attitude and demeanor about riding, and was doing things that she normally doesn't do. And that's when I was kind of like, it could possibly be her teeth causing her some pain, and it was. Horses around the age 5 to 20 years old have to have their teeth floated once a year. Once your horse reaches the 20-year mark and older is when they need to be seen every 6 months. They may not need to have their teeth floated every 6 months, but they need to be checked by the equine dentist every 6 months. And they could possibly need their teeth floated every 6 months as they age past that 20-year mark. That's why I was surprised that baby was already at that point, because she's not yet 5 years old. But there's no, set in stone fact saying your horse has to be 5 years old to have their teeth done. The sooner you can catch those differences in their attitude, the better. It's always important to listen to what our horses are saying, and if they aren't saying anything, to always make sure for yourself that they're okay, because they're not going to tell us that they're in pain, and that pain could be affecting them while they're eating and while we're doing other barn chores, or if we're not there while they're eating, it could affect just the way their teeth are moving in their mouth. So if you have a equine dentist or a vet come out, or anybody who does horse floating, make sure that they have that certification in equine dentistry, because like my vet had said, if you guys were able to hear in the video, if you have somebody who's out to do a floating on your horse and they're floating the surface of the tooth versus the sides of the tooth, that's incorrect. You never want to float the surface of the teeth. It's always the sides of the teeth where those sharp points dig into either the cheek or into the tongue. So always make sure whoever comes out to do your horse's teeth to make sure that they have that certification in equine dentistry, and to also watch them as they float your horse's teeth to make sure that they're not doing the surface of their teeth. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at WildWestCowgirl_. And stay tuned for more videos.